You're watching Guude. You're watching Guude. Fighting just to save our lives. Got you laughing every night.
Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back. Man, these slimes are spawning like crazy now.
Yeah.
Remember when it was taking me forever to find those couple slimes I needed?
If only you knew.
Now they're just like, every time I turn around, there's like 85 slimes down here. I must not have any armor because, well, I have very little armor. I'm taking mass damage from, oh my god.
Yeah, my pants broke.
Well, and it's so laggy, so the enemies like jump at you, and then you don't know what happens to them. So annoying.
Damn it.
What?
I'm just messing up. Placing blocks in the wrong spot and falling in holes.
I'm trying to figure out how much more we got. This ravine's like cutting through the middle. It makes it very dangerous.
I thought, was there another ravine? I thought we
Yeah,
cleared
there's a ravine. Yeah, we're cutting into another part of a ravine for sure. I mean, it cleans up some of the work that we have to do, but it's it makes it dangerous to do the work. Still got some little ways to go.
I haven't dug in many episodes. I've been just doing
a lot of
just placing up here.
Yeah, I sometimes need a break from the digging.
Yeah, I'm sure the people watching feel that way too.
Actually, it's funny. A lot of people watching get very mad because in episodes I stop. Like, realize my pick is low, but I don't want to go, like, recharge it, so I just run back and forth for, like, the last 10 minutes of the episode. I get very upset when I do that.
So are y'all going trick-or-treating still on tomorrow night?
Yeah, I would assume so. I didn't really plan it out, but I'm sure the wife has.
Okay. What's Jack going to be? Pumpkin?
So he's a pumpkin.
Yeah, that's right.
He already wore his little pumpkin costume. And it's funny, he actually really liked it, too. I was like, Jack, do you want to get in your pumpkin costume? And he's like, yeah! And I put it on him and running around and, like, making sure it stayed flat so that it was, like, you know, you could see it.
Yeah.
Usually when he puts stuff on him like that, he wants to, like, take it off immediately. But he was like, he, like, embraced it.
That's nice.
Who knows if he will tomorrow?
Yeah, I've been a pumpkin already. I'm done.
Yeah, he might be like, this is old news, Dad. Get rid of this.
Well, last year, he wasn't really old enough to understand trick-or-treating or any of that shit, so he would probably like the whole, like, going and getting candy from people, right?
Yeah, and I guess it's kind of weird. We got to think about, does one of us take him trick-or-treating and the other one stays back and gives out candy here? Do we become those bad people who...
I just put a bowl of candy on the porch and one guy will steal it all.
I mean,
record it, and then you need to move.
I should have waited to post the video until after Halloween.
Yeah, get them views.
And it probably wouldn't even be a kid. It'd probably be that same freaking dude who just like waddles up to the porch, takes the bowl, and like he'd probably dig through it, take like all the Reese's,
right?
The rest on the ground or something.
I mean, personally, it's up. I don't know how much you give a shit about Halloween, but I really like going trick or treating. So,
well, I've never been with my child, so I don't know. But
like, I wouldn't want to miss it personally.
Well, and I don't, but at the same time, I know that our last place that we lived in was a lot. Even though it's like walking, it's like a 5-minute walk from my current house. Way different type of neighborhood, and easily a place where people come from all around to drop their kids off to trick or treat on the block. So you're kind of like a bad person if you aren't like participating in that area. We're a little bit less popular here, but still, when you're hitting up the houses in the row, don't you always hate it when you get to that house and nobody's there?
Well, I mean, you do, but you know, you just assume that they're assholes. That's what I always
assume.
That's true. I always assume that they're just assholes. It's not that they have. It never crossed my mind. Maybe they have kids that are out trick or treating. When I was a kid, it was always like, those people don't fucking like Halloween. Fuck those people.
Yeah. I guess as a kid, I never really like thought of. You know, what I thought too was like, what assholes that just don't want to participate versus like they might be with their children.
Yeah.
What's your daughter gonna be for real Halloween? Or is she gonna be the nurse
costume?
Okay, okay, so she still is going to be the Vampirina.
Yeah.
The nurse is just a temporary measure because the school.
Right, right. And it's an awful costume.
Yeah, nurses are awful people.
Well, his costume is just really bad. It's like, I don't know. It's really like super short, see through. It's just not great.
That's so weird.
And in the picture, she's got like a little nurse's bag and all this other shit. She's got like tights on and everything. And like I looked in it to see, and I saw that there wasn't tights. I assumed the bag was in there, but the bag wasn't even in there. And I looked at it like to see if it was just like.
Oh my god!
What the fuck did you die to?
Wow.
Oh, you fell. You fell.
Well, sort of. I jumped and I tried to use my rocket, and I was like 10 blocks up, and my electric didn't work, and I hit the ground. So I was down like 2 hearts in front of a bunch of enemies. And then I jumped 1 tile in the air off a flat ground, hit the button, my fucking rocket takes off, and I went smashing into the wall. and then it said you died, and my body was still flying into the next wall. Oh, that was insane. I might need some help getting this stuff back just because there's so many enemies down there. It's like right on the main floor down here.
The baby's flying.
Chasing me? Chasing me?
No, he's down here with me.
Oh, you're down there already. Okay. I thought you meant you were here. Like,
no, I'm trying to get your stuff. The zombie's got your sword.
That's bad because I did not come down. I'm coming down now, and I did not bring a sword with me.
I killed him. Okay, all your stuff's here and safe. Oh, Jesus.
Trying to get down. I'm trying to get down. Come on. Oh, it's very slow.
I'm gonna die.
Wait, you can't die. You just saved my stuff.
I just got a sword. I'm on fire because of the lag.
Is it my sword still?
Yeah, it's your sword. Different zombie. New sword. Or same sword, different zombie. Yeah. There we go.
So you just killed the one zombie who had it for another one to pick it up.
Yeah.
I literally just watched a slime. Oh, you might have shot him. I thought I watched him jump to his suicide.
Your stuff's up here. Or your sword is over here.
I'm gonna get rid of some of these blocks, and then I will. Because my inventory is packed full of these ridiculous blocks now, too.
Rebooting doesn't fix the lag. The server's just been like this ever since the 1.13 update.
Yeah, the update has definitely not made server life pleasant. But I still got my good bow. I guess I haven't been equipping my bow, so I need to...
I just dropped that sword. There you
go. This sword is like a standard diamond sword that's almost dead, too.
Yeah.
It's like nothing special at all. It's just there. Oops. Shield. I think that was it. Well, thank you for the assistance. That was. I need to watch that back in a replay because. Yeah, these things are they're hitting hard. Do we have any diamond stash?
We found some diamonds, and I don't know if Breon took them or what happened to them. There might be some diamonds up there, though. We should probably make
some like pants and stuff. Yeah. That's the one thing that sucks about the Elytra.
What?
Oh my god, I can't shoot arrows right.
They're they won't fly. So they said that they fixed a lag issue with mobs over spawning at high areas in the 0.2 update. We keep asking Michael to update the server, and he just don't do it. Got the worst admins.
He's a slacker.
Well, okay, good.
Yeah, Crackmine just saying that I don't see any of them either, but I haven't looked at the console or the panel. What? But they haven't come through as an alert. Nothing, just talking to my brain.
Oh, okay. Just hear voices in my head responding.
You know, somebody's gonna watch our videos, like follow our series, like in a year or two from now, like not knowing who we are, catch this series and be like, these guys are funny. I'm gonna watch this like all the way through and make it like the thing that they watch for, you know, a handful of weeks, and they're gonna get to a point and be like, "What the fuck happened to these guys and their brains all of a sudden?" Because you know it wasn't a thing before; it just kind of started one day.
Yeah. I almost would believe that, but no one's ever gonna start watching the series new again.
That's probably true.
There are
Might
no
as well just
viewers.
delete it now.
That's why I stopped uploading it.
Start putting do a series where you just post the video for 24 hours and delete it. and that's it. You just tell people, hey, if you missed it, you gotta wait for the reruns. And then in a year from now, you put it up for another 24 hours randomly. Yeah, you redo not even the whole series, just sporadic episodes, and you can even do them back to back and just have them be episodes that have no function they don't go together at all, old sitcoms used to do. I hated when I would watch an old sitcom in the reruns, and it would be we play one at 6 and 6:30, and the 6 o'clock ones from season 4, and the 6:30 ones from season 8. Right? What the fuck is happening right now? I wanted to know what happened. What happened to Mr. Parker? Am I still, or Mr. Cooper? Am I still hanging with him? I don't get it. I wonder how a series like that would go over for bigger YouTubers. Not for me. It would go over terrible for me. People would be like, "What the fuck?"
I'm not watching this garbage.
Yeah.
It could work.
I guess the only problem you'd have if they were big enough, people would probably immediately be downloading them. There'd be a whole group of people who immediately download them and put them up on a different channel too.
Right. Yeah, that's
and
actually
then they end up making all the money.
How that probably happened with even us.
Yeah, just because. Yeah, I guess I have had my channel copied before, and I don't know why somebody's trying to copy my channel, thinking it was going to be the one that got them all the views.
No.
How does it look from your perspective? Does it look like we're making progress, or still not really?
It doesn't look like we've made a lot of progress actually lately.
Yeah, it's just the same terrain, so it just.
Yeah,
it doesn't openly say. Can you imagine if that farming simulator game didn't need you to be logged into the server?
Oh, how much money there'd be?
Right now, if you still paid for it?
No, I canceled it like a few months ago.
It would probably have just overloaded in dollar value.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that I haven't seen when we were doing research for that game to know how it was really played and what best I don't know if you did or not, but I looked to research for best strategies when we were getting stuck with little money. Yeah. Nobody ever mentioned just fucking putting windmills up.
Yeah, sell everything and install windmills.
Sell everything, put up windmills, wait, buy more windmills.
Because the growth was so exponential too. It really kind of ruins the game to some degree when you think about it. Well, fuck everything else, just wind.
Yeah. Wind is everywhere. Wind is the future. I don't know if that's true. You think it will make renewable energy that much more efficient? Or do you think we've gotten to this spot where it's coming close to...
Well, I've heard solar keeps getting cheaper and cheaper.
Well, because they keep increasing efficiency of the solar panel. But,
right.
You can only get, you can only ever build up to 100% efficiency.
What do you mean by that?
You what?
So what do you mean?
So, well, there's only laws of energy, laws of thermodynamics and all. You can't get out more from the sun than the energy that the sun is delivering.
I see what you're saying. I don't know, you might be able to heighten it, amplify it some way.
But amplifying it would be creating more energy than you put in and break the laws of thermodynamics, which I'm personally not, I don't know enough about that stuff to understand why whenever anybody talks about a perpetual motion machine, somebody responds it's impossible because it breaks the laws of thermodynamics. And I'm not 100% certain that you could ever say that there's no way to ever break the laws of thermodynamics, because we've already proved that the laws of physics don't really hold up when you get out into super deep space.
You're talking to me about stuff I can't speak on.
Oh. Well, but yeah, you can't amplify it. So you can, no matter what, if you could convert the sun energy that is hitting the earth directly into energy, that would be a 100% efficient solar panel. you can't get higher than that.
Well, isn't like the parts and stuff getting a lot cheaper? That's what I thought. Is the reason why like it's cheaper to make than it was before. Not necessarily that the solar panels are all better than they were before, but it's also cheaper to create them.
I mean, yeah, I guess that could be. Yeah, solar panels definitely are getting cheaper. They're getting cheaper with more efficiency in them, for sure. So I guess we can do that for a while, but there's still only a limited potential that can go through, right?
I don't know. I'm not convinced you can't amplify the energy that's...
Okay, so you also aren't convinced that just because somebody says it breaks the laws of thermodynamics means it's impossible.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you know what you're talking about either.
Well, do you know the concept of a perpetual motion machine?
Yeah.
So people are saying perpetual motion machines are impossible because... And they're not even creating energy. Perpetual motion just might be never stopping, but not necessarily creating an increased output.
Right.
But there's always other forces that people say make it impossible. Wind resistance, friction of any gears that are in there. You're going to lose some form of energy to one of those sources. Therefore, you could never have perpetual motion, according to the laws of thermodynamics.
Right.
But I don't necessarily believe that it's impossible. I just don't think we've necessarily gotten there yet.
Well, I think the whole point of making a perpetual motion machine is to gain energy from it. Like that's the reason for doing it.
Right, that absolutely is. And you know, my brain is telling me that there's things out like fidget spinners and magnets that you can make perpetual motion machines out of. But I will tell you, for a fidget spinner is not. I'm like arguing with my brain now, countering back here. That a fidget spinner is not a perpetual motion machine.
Well, no, because eventually it stops. I mean,
right. And magnets are actually really controversial when you talk about perpetual motion because magnets need their own energy to magnetize and will lose magnetization over time.
Magnets die?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
God, I can't hear the word magnets without thinking about ICP.
The Insane Clown Posse?
Yeah. They have a thing about magnets.
They do? I know they have a thing about Fago.
No. How the fuck do magnets work? Scientists be lying to me. I can't remember the fucking actual lyric, but it's...
Oh, it's in a song? I did not know that. Yeah, I just remember Fago and ICP. And oh my god, why can't I remember what the Juggalos? That's what they're called, right?
Yeah.
I was like, and their followers, they couldn't remember their name.
Brian was a Juggalo.
Was he really?
Yeah.
I could picture that.
Wow, I couldn't. Yeah, I didn't believe him when he told me.
Yeah, I can picture that. I've known a few Juggalos. I guess they were really popular in the Michigan area for some reason. But I don't know where the Fago thing came from. But Fago's the soda that was made in Michigan. So I don't know if they're from Michigan or they toured there a lot.
No, I think they're from Michigan.
I was personally never a giant ICP fan or an ICP fan at all. I probably couldn't tell you an ICP song or recognize the most popular one if you played it for me right now. Even talking about it, you'd play me a song and I'd be like, I don't know what that is.
There was someone that I worked with when I was assistant administrator, and he was an ICP fan, and so I got to listen to a lot of ICP.
Was he one of those ones that didn't use headphones? It was just blasted.
We always just had music playing in the room, so none of us used headphones basically. Yeah, we would just take turns on who got to pick the music. I came in one day after an Eminem CD had come out, and someone had downloaded it, and it was like one of the fake ones that I don't know if like the record labels or whatever put those out or how those come to be. But like all night long, they had been listening to a fake Eminem CD, and I was like, I threw it in the garbage, and they got really mad at me. They were like, "What the fuck? Why'd you throw this away?" Like when they came in yesterday, they were like, the next day he was like talking about. He's like, "Someone stole my Eminem CD." I'm like, "No, I threw it away." He's like, "You threw it away?" And I was like, "Yeah, it wasn't real. It was fucking fake." He's like, "Well, I still liked it."
Did they know? Was it one of those ones that they interjected in the middle of the song?
And like repeated a lot of like the chorus. Like some of it was from the real CD, but most of it wasn't. Basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know some of those are based on like I remember when the Bare Naked Ladies had an album when I was a huge Bare Naked Ladies fan when I was in like high school and early college, and when they came out with a new album, they had published themselves on Napster had put out a fake version of the song, and it was fake because it interjected random stuff in the middle, like advertising the album, and they did it because they knew people were going to download it, so why not get some exposure out of it as well,
right?
And still try to get people to like download the album. You know, this is all before Stephen Page decided to go rogue and get all drugged up and fuck up the band and everything.
I don't know enough. I don't know anything about Bare Naked Ladies, apparently. I mean, I used to listen to them, but I didn't know. I thought they were still together. Are they not together anymore?
Everybody except Stephen Page is. I can say everybody.
Who is Stephen Page? Was he
Stephen Page was the main singer guy.
Oh well, fuck! You can't have Bare Naked Ladies without the voice.
Well, the thing is, Ed Robertson is also like they kind of took turns back and forth at singing. And Stephen Page got into these big drug problems and had all these issues, and they basically ended up kicking him out of the band. They played together. They got inducted into some. I don't know if it was the Canadian Music Hall of Fame or some. They got one of the Music Hall of Fames just last year or earlier this year, and they got inducted as a full band. And because of it, they put their differences aside and did a show together for the first time in like 12 years.
Wow!
Just for this show, and then they like walked their separate ways again.
Huh. Wow! I bet that was for the money.
For the money, for the fame, and then out.
So this spawner stuff here, are we gonna kill it or are we gonna leave it?
I don't know. I dug around it because I wasn't really sure what to do with it.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
Come on. Get farther in this. Oh, I let a pick die. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh no, Jeff.
God damn it.
Come by.
I know. That's why I said, God damn it.
I can't wait until your son is old enough that he's like in first grade and kindergarten and shit. Because like the amount of Googling I've had to do for how they've changed terminology in math. And my daughter gets a kick out of this. She thinks I'm a fucking idiot or something.
In math?
Yeah. The way they do like addition, subtraction, everything is fucking different. All of it. And every time she comes home with like, I wish I could think of an example of one of the things that like I was like, what the fuck is that?
You can't bring this up without having a single example to go on the
okay, one of them, well, I mean, it wasn't that difficult to figure out, but it was like using a number line, show the difference between like these two numbers basically. And I was like, what the fuck's a number line? She's like, you know what a number line is?
I used number lines before.
Where you just like write down all the numbers in a line?
Yeah. It's just a very basic way for people to start in their early math to start learning how far away things are
number
from
lines
each other.
didn't exist whenever I learned math. Wasn't it?
I mean,
I've never
seen
those. I mean, that's not the best example. That was just one.
Did they not exist, or did nobody just draw
them? Well, I mean, I guess there were lines and there were numbers, so all the possibilities were there.
There's motion and there's perpetual. The possibilities are endless. Somebody just needs to put them together. I wish I knew more about these different things that were different because...
Well, like I don't know.
Remember, I was an engineer, so I went up through like Calc 4 differential equations, so I spent a lot of time in my life doing math classes.
Yeah, as far as I went was just like calculus. It was AP calculus, but that was as far as I went. I didn't go to college, so
it's like Calc 1 and Calc 2, essentially, though. It's still pretty farther than the average person.
Well, yeah, farther than your average high schooler, I guess. I don't know. Just the like, there is no putting numbers on top of each other and doing addition and subtraction. That's not allowed. You're not allowed to do that.
Okay, that would be different because that's definitely how I still do like multiplication. I have to write it out by hand.
Yeah, like when I was like teaching her how to like carry a 1 or whatever, she was like, no, there's none of this. And I talked to her teacher about it when they had parent teacher conference. She's like, yeah, no, that's not how addition and subtraction is done anymore. It's like, okay.
Change the laws of addition. Well, so there's hope for perpetual motion. You can change the laws of addition and subtraction. You can change the laws of thermodynamics, right?
Probably.
We'll just modify them and make them what we want. God, I can't get this elytra to work. Number lines didn't exist in the abacus, Guude.
Well, that's different. An abacus is different. That's different.
I think abacuses were way more complex than a number line.
Yeah, they were.
Have you ever used a slide rule? Oops,
slide rule.
Slide rules are basically what they had to do complex equations, like in NASA and stuff. You'll see them in like Apollo 13 and all that those movies when but before a calculator existed or was prominent.
No.
I've seen them. They look so amazing, and I so want to just understand how one works. But like, that's just a pointless thing to know at this day and age. But they definitely are. Oh, why did everything just like go slow and then super fast? And now this baby's coming after me. And he did.
Yeah, those are called 10 frames, Hamill. Yeah, like you have to put all the numbers into 10 frames.
10 frames?
10 T-E-N, not T-I-N.
10 frames. I don't know what that means.
Like you draw a fucking square and then you put 10 boxes in it and then you put bubbles in each like all math, like base 10 math. Everything's base 10 math, basically.
And well, like, I mean, that's our number system is a base 10 number system.
Well, yeah, but like I don't know. I never was I don't know. They just teach it in a different way is all.
One of my friends went to she originally was going to college to be like a elementary education or something like that. And they taught them a math class where they made them learn, and it was called Fen. Like when you said 10, I thought that's what you're getting at, but they would talk about things in like 2 Fen 1 and 4 Fen 3 or something like that. And what it really was is converting everything to base 5, doing math on it. And the reason they did that was because they forced the adult learner to learn a different math system to understand again what it's like to relearn something, to learn something.
That's just absurd. Another thing that the teachers pissed me off about is when I taught my daughter how to count on her fingers, I told her to start with her thumb. And she's not allowed to do that in school. She has to start with her pinky finger. That's a requirement.
The pinky finger?
Yeah! Of all the fingers. I don't even understand why it fucking matters, to be honest with you.
Because I use my index. If I'm counting with my fingers, it's index, middle, ring, pinky, and then thumb, which seems absurd because it's like out of order. But that's how I do that. So when you said starting with thumb, I was like, oh, that'd be interesting to start with my thumb. But I didn't realize you were going to go. I thought you would go thumb, index, middle, ring.
Well, yeah, that's what I do. Thumb, index, or thumb, pointer, middle, ring, and then pinky's last.
But you start with your thumb on a regular basis? Yeah. I don't think I've ever started with my thumb.
It's a British thing.
Are you British?
Yeah, no, I'm not. But I realized that they were right, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to adopt that.
I like how you're like, it's a British thing. Are you British? No. Nope.
Nope, not me. I think it was. I mean, this is like in the last like 10 years of my life. I've changed the way I count. Basically,
I die. There was like 3 skeletons literally spawned in front of me.
I saw them. This is why our server's laggy, by the way.
Yeah, I went to go take one of them out because I thought there was only the one, and then 2 more I wasn't paying attention to. And
when I was doing the book fair, I suddenly felt real dumb because these kids would walk up, and I'm the whole point of one of the reasons I'm there is to tell them how much their total is. And they're like, all right, what's 6 plus 4 plus 3 plus 7 plus 2? And I'm like, fuck, hold on, please. Stop.
Like, slow down. Some people definitely like that. What I always thought it was funny, and I used to be jealous of people that had this, and now I just don't understand like what the point was at all. But maybe it was because stupid kids like me were jealous of it, so I would have tried to do something if I had more gumption. But people who memorize like ridiculous amounts of digits of pi.
I did that. I was one of those people.
I have 3.1415, and I'm done.
I think it's 9 next. It's been so long since I've done it. 3.14.
So why'd you do it?
Because I was one of those fucking kids that was just a nerd.
Now, was there one of those posters on the wall that had pi like running across the room? where you looked at it every day, or did you actually
No.
physically like, I'm looking this up on my own, all these numbers?
I physically looked it up on my own. I
Damn.
was just a nerd.
Damn, that's pretty nerdy. These three creepers are hiding around the corner going, too nerdy for us.
Oh, yep. I'm sorry.
And I would bet, just thinking about it, I wasn't one of those people, but 3.1415926535897 7832 3846, if I'm remembering correctly.
Your memory just suddenly worked.
It was there. I actually did the calculations like in my head to get all those numbers.
Okay, you calculated
like
in your head.
That's how it worked.
Gotcha. Well, I think that now that you've flexed your pie penis,
my pie muscles,
we're out of time.
Call your pie muscles. That's what you should call it. You had pie muscles back in the day. Get pie muscles again.
Yeah, no, I mean, you never need it past. I mean, 3.14 is good enough, but I think in calculus, they'll always tell you to go to 0.15, like 3.1415. Whenever you're using pi.
By the time I was in calculus, you had like a TI 82 or 83, depending on your school did, and you had a pi button, so it took it out to like 25 places or whatever.
Right.
So they never made you in calculus actually do math like on your own. That was the great thing about calculus. You could screw up on a simple part of the equation, and the professor had to go through the rest of your test and actually calculate out using the numbers you did, because they always were like, oh, basic math there, just like minus a partial point, but they'd give you like credit for all the rest of the work.
Right.
Because they were trying to test you on the calculus, not the basic addition.
Right. This is how moon rovers miss.
That's probably true.
I did all the calculations right. I just had one number wrong early on.
Yeah, that was just a small math error. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. Just partial point off, right? Just because it's on a different planet doesn't mean anything.
All right, we'll see you guys later.
All right, guys, see ya.